To get to school, I go on the bus. This is different to how I got to my old school. It was just around the corner, so I walked. I don't mind the bus journey. I have an hour trip from home to the campus, which gives me time to catch up with my friends. Today we are talking about our assignment. We are working on answering a big question about the Romans, and I'm really enjoying it. The older students have their laptops. I can't wait till I'm in secondary and can take my laptop home too. We start off the day with our class teacher. Our teacher talks to us about the timetable for the day and marks off the attendance register. This morning we are talking about my MAP test results. MAP tests help us to understand what we are good at and what we need to learn next. These targets are always good to think about when I am planning my study. My first lesson today is English with our regular class teacher. The lesson is in the same studio we were registered in this morning. We always start the lesson in a studio. In our English assignment, we are learning to write clear instructions. We start off by looking at what we did last week and find out more about what we need to do today. Once we know what to do in the lesson, we go out into the learning centre to carry on working on the lesson. I am working with a friend today, so I choose to sit at a table so we can work together in the collaborative zone. My next lesson today is maths again with my teacher. We start off by practicing our multiplication table so we find a space in the focus zone in the learning centre to do a quick 10-minute test on our laptops. Once we have done this, we go back into the studio to continue our lesson with our teacher. We don't need our laptops today. We are working together to try and solve some maths problems, and we'll work in the studio for the rest of the maths lesson. Morning recess is one of my favourite parts of the day. We get a chance to go outside and play. You can play games or sit quietly and have a chat. Sometimes I take my snack outside to eat at break time too. My friends and I like to play ball games. When it's wet, we go inside and play there instead. Our next lesson is science. We have 2 periods together and we work in the secondary science lab, which has all the equipment we need to do the experiments. We work with the secondary science teacher for this lesson, and our primary teacher is there to help us as well. Today we are carrying out the investigation we have been planning. I really like it when we get to do practical work in science, especially when we do real-life science experiments. I sit with my friends in the lunchroom to eat my lunch. Then we go out into the playground again to play some games with my friends before the bell goes for afternoon lessons. At the end of lunch, we all go back to our class teachers to do the attendance register. We have study next, and our teacher reminds us to think about what we need for our study, where to sit, and whether or not we'll need a tutorial. Because I am now an older primary student, I have 3 study periods a week. When I first started at one school, I only had 2 study periods a week. I really enjoy study. I plan it using a planner I created myself, so I use my time well. We have to think really carefully about what we are going to do, how we are working, and who we need to work with. Sometimes I need to concentrate, so I work in a focused zone. Sometimes I work with a partner, so we work in the semi-collaborative zone. I use the clock to help me remember how much time I have to get my tasks completed. Planning your own time is tricky, but I am getting better at it. Our last lesson of the day is our cross-curricular assignment. We started with our teacher and then moved into the learning centre to work on some activities. My group are trying to find out more about what people ate in Roman times. The Year 3 teacher is in the learning centre and helps us work out where to get our research from. It's time to go home. We get on the bus and catch up with our friends on the way home. It has been a long day, but I love coming to one school.